Mark, did you just disconnect your sound?
18 plus 8. That's a hit.
That's a hit.
7 slashing damage.
Oh, that reminds me. I got a bug in here, Rory.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm alright.
You good?
Not bad. Yeah. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm all right. I want to just dip down into TypeScript for just a second, and then we're going to get up. But over in, I think, the Dice Sounds, I think is where we were.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the attack commentary. Let me get some music going up here. Plus D20 plus modifier async, place saving throw, skill check, attack commentary. Okay, if attempt to roll is successful, play a successful attack commentary. Otherwise, play failed attack commentary async. Failed. Huh. Somehow. Oh, there it is, right there. This is the piece I need to solve for. So attempted roll is successful. This is the piece I want to check on right here. And so only if it's successful do I want to play these two right here. That's what was going on. So if I did a, I'll demonstrate the bug and then we'll demonstrate the fix, make sure that all works. If we did an attack, and let's say the attack threshold was high, like say 24, like that, and we did an attack, let's go in and do another attack from Fred. Give him disadvantage just to make it harder to hit. And we did a miss, we would still get a report on the damage. So let's
13 plus 8, 17 slashing damage.
But it's a miss, right?
Yes,
we want to hear
because it doesn't meet the threshold.
Right, we want to hear the word miss. We're not actually showing miss yet, or hear it playing that yet because I haven't recorded them, but the code is there. But we shouldn't have heard the damage because who cares about the damage if you miss? I think in general, unless the damage is really high, and in which case you want the announcer guy to say something, about it, like "ooh, could have been," something like that. Damage. So anyway, with the fix, let's try it. Let me refresh, and just in case, excuse me, let me do a harder refresh here. There it is, right there. OBS is kind of like two versions of refresh, and let's do the same thing. We're going to roll the attack again. Well, that might be a hit, actually.
19 plus 8. It's a hit.
Let's make this
8 slashing damage.
So that one was correct. Let's do one more. Change it to like really ridiculous.
Four plus 8.
And that should be it. Good. That's the fix. Okay, good.
Cool.
That's it. I know I said C# today. I'm in the description for the show. So yeah, we're going to be in C# I think for the whole day. Here's what we got to do. There's a spell. Let me bring up the Stream Deck so you can see what's going on. This happened last night, and this has happened before, and I just haven't fixed this yet, or haven't implemented yet.
Sure.
But Little Cutie and other characters have got spells that... hold on a sec. Just distracted by something else on my taskbar. Okay, she's got a spell called Moonbeam. There are right now two problems with Moonbeam. The first problem is when she casts Moonbeam, when it changes the scene, it stays on the scene for too long. And I suspect the problem is over in the code section over here, next to Moonbeam. The timer says 24. I don't think I want it to be 24. Let me actually get my timer on my clock out, and we'll time how long we really want it to be before we switch away. Okay, got the stopwatch app up. All right, so let's cast Moonbeam. So I'm just going to hit probably number 4. And then I'm going to cast it. And hitting start. On my
21 radiant damage.
And right about there, it's about 14 seconds. I want to switch back.
Yeah.
Okay, but it doesn't. It doesn't switch back for what seems like a long time. It just actually switched back. There was 23 right there. I've seen it before where it didn't switch back, but we do have this. We're doing this old-fashioned way of doing this, and now I want to come in here and do this again. Do this instead. I think I said it was 14, Rory, but I remember being about 3 seconds late. I'm going to make it like 18 is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that instead. So that's change number 1. Change number 2 is notice Little Cutie is concentrating on Moonbeam. Moonbeam actually has, if you read the spell description, it says at the bottom paragraph, on each of your turns after you cast this spell, you can use an action to move the beam 60 feet in any direction. Well, if you move it, you've got when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time, or on a turn, or starts its turn there. Well, actually, so I was going to say she moves it and we do the hit again. I think I'm going to do it this way. So what I want to do is I want to create another button that essentially rolls the attack again. So that button can be if the character moves it as an action, or if they're simply still in the same area of effect, starting their turn there. Okay?
Because it says the duration is up to 1 minute. So when you say turn, you're talking about those 6-second action-based intervals.
Yeah, 10 times.
That effectively make that up.
Yeah, 10 turns, 10 rounds actually take place in a minute. So that's what I want to do. And if you look at each of these right here, you can see here's the message, the chat message that I'm sending out here. And it's just basically set shortcut, cutie, the name of the spell, and the spell slot level.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing there. I think I'm going to just copy this. I'm going to paste it down here. I'm thinking about again, if I can get my hands on the right keys like this. And maybe dropping this font down a little bit so the word again actually shows up. And that's what I think I'm going to do. And I don't know what I'm going to do here. Maybe like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to basically do select shortcut, see Moonbeam, but maybe I'm weighing two different things here. I'm weighing I'm weighing whether I want to make it easier to set up the buttons in here. In other words, just copy, and make two changes, the font change, and actually getting rid of the piece at the end. I'm weighing that, or I'm weighing whether I want to make this easier to read and changing this to like in comedy you'd call this a callback, where you'd go back to a previous kind of thing. I think it's important to still say who it's for and what it is. Repeat spell effect. I could do that. The downside, though, is that now I have to type this in instead of going with this. It's in each individual page. When I'm in the Stream Deck, it's harder now to set this up.
Yeah. Now, if it was actual UI, if it was on the button, I'd say, well, you go with the readability because it's something you'll do more frequently. But you're talking about the text that you read in order to understand the internals of something, and that's fairly infrequent.
Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'll copy this, I'll paste it here. We're going to just add code in select shortcut that says, hey, if we don't find it, or maybe I could do this, like that. So instead of the spell slot level...
Where are you? We need your help! Oh, yeah.
Didn't really think we needed help just now, but he's here, kids. He's flying in over the planet just for 7. Here to kick some butt. Help us write some code. Let's cast the party spells with rock and roll. We got a new fanfare this morning, by the way, kids. Some lucky VIP guest is going to get their brand new fanfare. See that today.
Yep.
Rory got a little
All you
bit
got to do,
of-
make an appearance.
Yeah, Rory got a little bit of a preview of it. I know I've got like 4 people on my list. But this morning as I was doing my countdown, so I have basically an hour of countdown alarms that go off, telling me to do all the things I have to do to make this show actually, not be bad, not have technical problems. So it includes reboot, starting machines up, checking in code, doing all kinds of things that I have to do that are on the list. Anyway, as I was doing it, I was frantically trying to multitask to both create the new fanfare and set everything up. And I was like a couple minutes late starting today because of it, but managed to do all of that and fulfill my husbandly duties by making my wife a cup of coffee in the morning, which is what I do. It's part of a ritual I do. So anyway, this is what I'm going to do. I think do I want to put the word again in here? Or do I want to remove it?
It presumes, and I think it's probably valid, that you're not doing it for the first time. So you've got again in the code. It's interesting because you're going to hit one of the first 3 buttons first. I'm assuming, right? So the 2, 3, or the 4, and then this is for a follow-up.
Yeah. Design Patterns says Mark is just showing up. Design Patterns, were you going to reach out to me and give me an explanation of what you wanted in your fanfare? Let me know, because I'm interested in giving you a fanfare, because I'm a huge fan of Design Patterns, so I'm interested to know what you're thinking about there. Let me know.
I feel like a singleton walks into a factory. It's kind of like the start of a bad joke.
That's really funny. Did you just make that up?
Sadly, yes.
That's amazing. I loved it. That was great. And now I feel like I should do something with flywheel or something, or flyweight or composite.
So Singleton walks into a factory and gets hit in the head with a flywheel.
Yeah. I forgot. I got super slammed this week with work. Okay, good. Design patterns. I just want to make sure I was remembering correctly that it was you who said you were going to do that. All right, let's do this. I'm going to do this because changing this is not too hard, right? I'll go in there, type that in. Plus, I'm going to put it in here anyway. So I think that's okay for the UI. Okay, so now with that done, let's close this, I think. Close that. Let's figure out that SS command and where it goes. Let's trace it down. So Stream Deck commands are here. Select shortcut is what I believe it is. It's right there. I'm looking at the so this is the name of the player's first initials. Yep. Plus, what is happening here?
Well, you've got double backslashes because you want to put a single slash into a C# string.
This is so
that there's a singularly one there. That
yeah.
Then is going to escape your square brackets, meaning it's an actual square bracket.
Yeah, no, I got that. But then this is the close of it. Oh no, wait, this is just showing what's available inside of this. What are the legal characters, right, in this set? And that includes any word character or a quote or this.
Sure. So there is the set of open brackets, close brackets, hyphen, comma, forward slash, etc.
Yeah, so we will match. That's good to know. The shortcut name. Wait, what about the level? Where are we getting the level from? Set player shortcut name is groups 2 of value. Player initial is 1. Hold on. It's a space. So we're going to take that space. Oh yeah, we are. There's the space. So the whole shortcut name is going to come in as like Moonbeam level 3, like that. Or in this case, it's going to be Moonbeam again. Okay, good. That's all. All right. I'm just like, what? All right. Select player shortcut. Let's go into that. A singleton builder walks into a factory trying to create a flyweight. It had to, hold on. I know where this is going. It's going on screen. But had to go through a chain of responsibilities, but could not adapt and observed the strategy of the abstract factory. Could it also be instead of walking into a factory? Well, I guess it makes sense to do it for the bar, similarity. But I was thinking visited a factory.
Yeah, that works. Now you have to just find a way to do all of this in the medium of dance.
Okay, I think I can do
Maybe
it.
get Karen involved in that. She probably has some good ideas.
She'll nail that. Improv. She'll do that. Select player shortcut. Shortcut name. Okay, let's do this. I want to do something here that says, let's extract this method. Select player shortcut. UI thread. All right, like that. So we know we're in the UI thread down here. And I think I want to say if shortcut name dot contains, and we're going to say again, like that. Then it's going to be a repeat. And we get out of here and say, let's actually put this logic here, I think. Then we can get some symmetry here. We're going to say repeat spell, I think is what we're going to expect this to be. And that's going to be, maybe they're going to say ends with again. And maybe trim it just in case. Now if it ends with again, then we're going to now be able to trim that away. So we're going to do this dot substring 0 comma this dot length minus again dot length. Don't worry, I'm going to get it into a constant here in a second. But I like doing this, right? Instead of actually saying what the number is, do this in both places. Declare that as a constant. And we're going to call this stir repeat spell.
Yep.
I think. And do that and that. And that should do it. And then we come in here. Oh, we want to get the player ID and pop that in there as well.
Sure.
Like that. I think I might change this to just activate player shortcut. And do I have two of these by chance? I might actually have. No, I've only got one. Good. Okay. I like that naming a little bit better. And then now we're going to do repeat spell on this. I might do this. Like that. So I'll put that up here no matter what. Then we're going to call repeat spell. Declare that method. We want to, what is it? How am I going to get to this? I've got all players maybe. I may have a players here. Now it's in game, isn't it? Game.players. There it is right there. Dot. Nope, this looks too low level. I thought it was like a get player from ID. There it is right there. Okay, player ID like that. Got a shortcut. My num1 button is my shortcut right here to create a new local variable. And if we can't find the player, whoops, I'm going to get out of here. Otherwise, we're going to say player, let's see, how do we do this? To repeat the spell, it's essentially are we activating the shortcut? We're really preparing a dice roll, is what we're doing. How do I currently do this? I think currently when I do this, I do an activate shortcut, spell shortcut. And then I
So our
pass.
interpretation of this is that it's being cast again, a second attempt, which presumably can fail independently. Is that what you were saying? Because if you're doing a second dice roll, because I thought the interpretation of was that it would move a pre-existing one. So
Yeah.
it's predicated on the success was already there.
So this is not I'm not sure if there's a fail option or not. And the reason I'm saying that is because most of these repeat attacks are for flat out damage rolls that a saving throw must be rolled against. That the targeted creature must roll a saving throw against. And in which case it's always going to be damaged no matter what. It's just either is it half damage or full damage, plus maybe some other effects. But we have to set up the die roll. That's the whole purpose behind this. Hold on 1 second. While I take a drink of water here. Activate spell shortcut. Let's go look at that. It needs a spell. What are we doing with this? Excuse me, spell, shoot. It's thrown in the action shortcut here and the cast spell now. There. What I want to do is, I think what I want to do is I want to see if I can tease out action shortcut from here and only pass in spell and anything else it needs. That's what I want to do. So I want to jump into like cast spell now, which looks like it's right here. What's going on here? We need player ID. We need the spell, player ID. Shoot! We're going in again.
A stage further.
Let's keep drilling. Action shortcut, hide shortcut UI.
Ooh, that seems like it's going to need the shortcut, just conceptually, because it's an abstract call, isn't it? Well, abstract in the sense that it's a shortcut UI, so it knows it's a shortcut rather than the constituent pieces.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do though? I'm going to make it so that this thing is optional. Is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go to I'm going to make basically I'm going to pass in player ID independently and spell independently. So in the case of where we actually need it for UI, if nothing's passed in, we're not going to do anything. Okay. So that solves that. So use rechargeable item basically just hides that shortcut if it was available. No biggie there. Was there another one that passed it in? Not here. Not here.
No.
Okay. So jumping back out, I'm just hitting escape to go back. There's action shortcut. This one, cast spell soon, takes it. Let's see what's going on with that. Player ID, spell, and here, create alarm.
Create alarm.
No, I don't like the alarm. Oops, let's drill into it. Not tap to next reference, because there's going to be a lot of it. That's the data?
Wow.
I think it's the data. Action shortcut is the 1, 2, 3, fourth parameter going in. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's the data.
Okay. But we don't know from the perspective of the alarm what data is. We have to test it. In fact, there's the test just beneath. In the next method down. So if alarm.data is player action shortcut, that's the circumstance we're going to be catering to after the fact. So what does it use?
This is for spells that take a while to cast.
Yeah.
In this scenario, that'll never happen. So this is what's cast spell soon. If we jump back, if casting time is greater than one action. Okay. So what we can, and this definitely needs it. Yeah, it definitely needs it. Oh, now I'm regretting adding all those. Genesky 7 is like, oh, we don't need to see your code, Mark. We don't need to. After a while, Roy, give me a test smoke or something like that. There's a purple burst in here too. Hold on, let me try that if I remember that correctly. Purple burst. Is it case sensitive? I feel like maybe Pudding comes in with my show. There's a purple burst.
Nothing happens.
Why didn't Pudding get a show?
Also, party didn't work for Genesky 7.
Why is that? Hold on. That seems connected. I'm looking at the two. Well, we did get this warning here. Let's try restarting these. Roy, please save the day.
With those kind of magical powers, I could do really cool things. But from this distance, that's not going to work.
All right, I'm going to restart these guys. I'm confused as to why that is. My normal start sequence was changed up a little bit this morning. I'm just starting these up right now. Yeah, I got this error again. It says, failed to determine the HTTPS port for redirect. I don't understand this error.
Middleware. Okay.
I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to see if I can get a search on this thing. See if we can get any clues on this. We saw this just this morning.
This sounds familiar to me. Is that an attempt to upgrade HTTP to HTTPS because of some browser default?
I don't know. Let me try again. Shut it down and start up again. We saw this morning and I tried it a second time and then we got it without error. Here it is now without error. With that said, Pudding, can you try something? See if you can say hi. Meanwhile, I'm going to refresh my dice, my Dragon Front overlay, my Dragon Back overlay, and the drone game. So we refresh all of those. And
Pudding says hi, but nothing happened.
Sad. What is going on? And here we got this error again. Failed to determine HTTPS port for redirect. My reason to live doesn't exist anymore. Well, look, Pudding, you're here, buddy. I'm going to manually bring you up here. I'll pretend like I don't want it. No! Pudding! I'm coming to break food! Why? Why would you do that? I don't understand. Why? That's a real man using that naked PowerShell without any fancy modules. Bald bearded builder. I didn't bald bearded builder. I'm not sure what's going on, kids. Triple B is in the house. Yeah, everything I normally do to solve this problem I've done. I just don't know if this is a problem or not. Is this a clue? Failed to determine HTTPS port for redirect. Do we have any other options in here? What did it say here? This warning on debug mode, you need to enable SSL. Yeah, I don't have it on debug mode. See, I have various ways of configuring a non-default HTTPS port. Yeah, this is all stuff that's foreign to me. Clear your temporary internet files. Oh, is it maybe a shutdown kill Chrome thing? Is that it? Let's maybe try that. Let's do that.
That's a strategy that's never caused us problems before.
Yeah, that's definitely
it doesn't
worked
necessarily
in the past.
fix everything, but it's a harmless thing, as it were.
Yeah, let's do that because I actually have a button here to kill every instance of Chrome. Let's go do that. Those are all dead now. I bet that was it, Rory. Okay, 1, 2. Nope, I still got the warning. Still got the warning right there. Did you turn on and off? Yeah, kind of. I killed every instance of Chrome. Let's just see. Let's refresh the drone game here again. The drone game, I think, is kind of... It's
Minister 7, where are you? We need your help!
I think it may have worked.
Oh, yeah, alright.
Okay.
Here, right now.
So now let's see if pudding shows up right now. And meanwhile, pudding now, yeah. Let's run this. Nope, not that one. D&D app. Pudding, where are you? Build has been canceled. What's my problem? No argument that corresponds. Did I like totally leave this just hanging?
So Genesco's haven't tried party, and that still didn't work. But it's, I guess, subtly different. It's still a scene change, though, right?
Yeah, that's a scene change. Party may be. Hold on, though. Party. I know the problem with party. I renamed some stuff. Give me a sec. You actually might like this. Let me get the music going a second here. Party. Let's go down over here into TypeScript for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go search for party. No? I thought the command was definitely here. Like, how could it be anywhere else? Oh, I know what. It's just party. There's no exclamation mark in it. Still nothing. I don't get that. So, is it possible? Maybe it is possible it's up in the D&D app.
Is it in a different config file that isn't TS or CS?
No. It would not be there. That's what we got here. Nothing found. Let's do this. Nothing for sirens either. Let's come back over here. Look for sirens over here. Okay, this is a little bit crazy for me. How is the party? Yeah, it's case insensitive match for the search. It's not matching case, so that shouldn't cause a problem. Why did we make this go full screen? That's a little bit interesting. Layla codes it. Rating with a party of 88. Layla codes it.
Welcome, all of you. Wow.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome.
At this point, normally, we would celebrate.
Do a party. We would do a party. If we did the
However,
party, it would look a little bit like this. Look like that. A little bit something like that.
Little speechless.
You like it?
That is very different.
It's
I did
very
not see
different.
that coming.
Yeah, no, we have a different one. But I gotta find out how we're triggering it. Wait, did you say that you were thinking maybe the search, the find in files was maybe not perfect?
I am considering the possibility that it is not perfect, but I have found it very hard to find any specifics. Yeah. Now you can go back to the old one. It is still an option. You don't have to restart, but
I think I'm using.
see, there you go. You've got some stuff.
Yeah. Do the siren one.
Interesting that the actual file being searched there is way deep in a local.
Yeah, maybe you're right, Roy. Maybe
Yeah.
it's not in here. Maybe it's in an external data file, but that's like not at all connecting with what I remember. But maybe it is. Here's the other one. Let's see what we got here with announcerguys.scenes. Is it here? Party?
That would make some kind of
There it
sense.
is,
So
right there.
dh.sirens.
Okay, so that's the deal. I renamed this to now become party of 2. What that does is that's going to choose between one of 2 party songs, is what it is.
Yes.
There's my save. Now, however, yeah, this is the wrong place to make this change. What I really want to do is go into Google Sheets and open up the spreadsheet. So I've got it, I'm in master spreadsheet out here.
Yep.
My Mr. Announcer guy, hold on, so I'll bring it up right here. And party is somewhere down in here. There's party right there. And now we're changing it because I renamed it. So we call it DH Party. Or should I just say Party 1? Because I don't know if this has the ability to... oops, not that. I want to do one above. And I'm going to create another one called Party 2. Like that. And this one's going to be DH Party 2. And like that. Good. And this is my duration on it, I think, is what it is. And I think that one's longer. I'm going to say something like maybe 13, 14 seconds, like that. And what's this over here? Oh,
I think that's the level mark, sorry, the requirement.
Oh, thanks. You're absolutely right. Let's freeze some data here. View freeze 1 row. Okay. And so the level string, what level do you have to be at? Sure, why not? 7th level for that. Min span to same one is 15 minutes. So that would give us 2 parties per 15-minute segment. That might be a little bit too much.
Yeah.
We might throw that to 20. All right. And now let's export this. Let's download this as comma separated values. And somewhere, I have a shortcut to that folder, but I'm not remembering it right now. But I think I can get...
Screech Rat is saying in the chat room, so how many times have you been editing a document and tried to use code rush features in Word or other programs? I've got to say all the time.
Yeah.
Particularly the camel case navigation.
Yeah, camel case nav and also dropping markers. Those are both things that should be in these products. What are we doing? Rolling back to here, maybe. Mr. Announcer Bot. And then is it in the overlay manager? No, I'm looking for the data. Where's the data? Data here. There it is. Okay, so now we're going to put that in there, the scenes. Yes, we're going to replace it. All right, so now we've got the scenes. Now I'm pretty sure, we're getting really good at this show. We're shutting this down right here. Going to kill that. I think I got to rebuild it, is what I'm saying, because I think it might just copy stuff to a folder. I'm going to kill this over here. And we're going to kill every instance of Chrome. Goodbye, Chrome. And rebuild this. And I think... Let me start up zoom it, because I wanted to do my live zoom. How do I change my zoom level in live zoom?
I'm not sure.
Control up and control down to control the zoom level. Okay, cool. So I just wanted to come in. It looks like build succeeded, but sometimes I want to zoom in on the bar down below. Yeah, there we go. Now I can do that. Okay, that's live. I just wanted to be able to do that. Okay, that's done. Now let's start up one more time. Mr. Announcer Bot's coming into the house. Overlay Manager's coming into the house. Layla codes it. What'd you guys do? Sorry for the total distraction. I've been like, we're right in the middle of trying to fix some stuff that wasn't working.
Indeed.
What did you guys do in your stream? Let me know. Super interested in it, and thank you again for the raid. Now let's see if party works. I'm going to type it in right here. We've got party and party 2 is what we have. So party, looks like it works. Party 2. There it is. Okay. All right, so that looks good. We were trying to extend the ASP.NET Identity API to handle partial users. And This is me.
See, partial users, people who only use a small part of things.
Yeah. Genesco7, sorry.
Or partial users, partial cyborgs.
It was being difficult, though. Boy, do I know that. Sometimes the code, smacks me around, Layla codes it. Sometimes I'm like, I'm just like, hey, code, here's what I'd like you to do. And the code is like, bang, like that. Partially registered. Got it.
Okay.
Partially registered users. Okay. That's super cool. Yeah. I like doing things like that. I like that where you take an existing framework or an existing thing that kind of works and you cleverly extend it so it works a little bit better and the client code is easier to use, that sort of thing. My code gives me a lot of cheek. All right. Okay, so let's go back over to C#. Over here to C#, and we're in the process of refactoring to make something work, is what we're doing here, to make something work better. We're doing Dungeons and Dragons spell logic, is what we're doing. Trying to extend standard stuff is a pain often. Yeah, I agree, design patterns. It often requires like a deep dive to really understand how the piece you're extending already works. Yeah. Where's the modification point, right? Where's the safe place to modify? What are the safe things that you can modify? Yeah, I know that. Building CodeRush, right? We're basically an add-in inside of a Visual Studio, and there's all kinds of places where you would make the decision: am I hacking too much? Right? Is this too brittle? How do I make this stronger? Will this break
with the next release?
Yeah.
If I'm not very careful.
Or a minor update even, right? So you're kind of weighing these kinds of choices, at least for me. I'm on that level of the edge right there. Find all the warts of standard libs. Yeah, you certainly the idiosyncrasies, right? You're like, okay, here's how we make that work. SC Border, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, later. Thanks for the follow as well. Appreciate that. Okay, so we are somewhere in here, activate spell shortcut. So activate spell shortcut's not correct right now. It needs a player action shortcut. The thing is, when I'm calling it from this place right here, I don't have a shortcut. There is no shortcut for it. The reason why, and this has to do with Dungeons and Dragons rules here. So in Dungeons and Dragons, I can cast a spell like, for example, Moonbeam at a number of different levels, level 2, 3, or 4. So this button will cast the spell. This button right here, some spells have a kind of a repeating effect. So the second time around that you come in, sorry, music's just a little bit loud for me. I'm dropping it down a bit. The second time you come in to do it, the next time it's your turn, you can have a secondary effect. And that's what we're trying to implement, is this kind of again button here that duplicates the effect of Moonbeam, gets the die roll correctly, and sets all that up. To do that, we've run into a bit of a block because we need a shortcut and we don't have one. The activate spell shortcut, it sets up the die roll for the spell, but we don't have that. Now notice action shortcut does have one of those. What I want to do is I want to be able to, I want to decompose parameter. Can I do it here? I can't. So CodeRush has a great refactoring called decompose parameter, but it won't let me use it because I need it here and I need it here. If I were to comment out these two lines of code just for a second, I can get that refactoring, and I'm also going to copy this. What my strategy is going to be to do a decompose on this. Still no decompose parameter? Why not? Did I miss one?
Looks good.
Is it because casting time? It's a A.B.C kind of reference?
Okay, maybe.
That doesn't make sense. Totally decomposed parameter should be here. I almost feel like I want to report this as an issue. Yeah, I don't see it. I'm going to report it as an issue. We'll see what's going on here. We're dogfooding CodeRush inside Visual Studio every day. Bigger Arne, thanks for the follow. And we're dogfooding it because I'm on the CodeRush team. And, could it also be this right here, that the code doesn't compile? Let's see, is that my problem? Nope. All right,
Nope.
so kids, I'm trying to get decompose parameter to work here. And I'm not sure why decompose parameter is not available. There you can see there's the list of refactorings. Action shortcut's got a spell reference and another spell reference right here. I'm thinking it should be able to find that I only need to pass in spell.
Does it work if we extract action shortcut spell to a local?
Sure, let's try it. Okay, and now let's see if we can decompose that parameter. Still, it's not available. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. Decompose parameter should totally be available here. My mind is a little blown as to why that's not available. That's the only thing there. All right, that's it. I'm just going to report that. Let the devs look at this. Roy, I'm going to paste this code and get this over to you.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll throw it to you over in the Skype. And when that comes through, you can throw that at them too, so they've got the code.
Will do.
And let's report the issue. The issue is decompose parameter not available. I put this. See if Layla codes it. Thanks so much. Off to feed the dogs before my meeting, so she'll need to head out. Good luck and have a great stream. Thanks so much. That's the issue. I just put that out there, so now the Coderush devs will get that, and they'll be able to take a look at it. Let's uncomment this now. And so we've got this coming in. Really, I just now can pass this as an option. I'm going to create an overload of this, like this, that just takes one of these out and then calls the other one with the decomposed pieces sending out to it.
Fair enough. Yep.
All right. Like that. That's going to be a return of this. Okay. Looks like I lost something here. Casted spell. What's my problem here? Cannot use variable spell before it is declared. It's passed in.
It's right there.
What is going on? Let me delete this, bring it back. Come on. That was what? What is my mistake? Oh, it's here. It sees it down here.
Oh, you got two.
Yeah. What's cast spell now do? How's it getting the spell to return back? Just grabbing it from action shortcut. Who's using this? Really? That's the only person who's using it is you? Let's make sure there's nothing else funny happening with spell. Prepare to cast spell. No, it's the same one. New casted spell. Yeah, but we're returning spell. Cast action spell. Yeah, it's all the same. These are all references. So I'm going to change this to return a void. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to go find where we're getting this, and we're going to return that. We're going to change that to this. There's the spell coming in right there. And we're just going to use this one because this one is that piece. All right, where else are we using this? So this is now going to be just spell. Like that. And do I want to... Yeah, I think what I want to do is I want to make sure this is not null. So what I'm going to do, my strategy is to pass in null for this, the action shortcut, and just pass in the spell itself. That's what I want to do. Let's reorder these parameters here a second. So We'll just bring this over here, and then I want to set that equal to null, like that. Did I get rid of all of the references? It looks like I did. Cast spell now. Let's go look at cast spell now. What are we doing with it here? I think we're gonna have to do the same thing. We need the player ID, the spell. We're doing something here, and the player ID again. Use rechargeable item.
And then the hide shortcut UI.
Yeah, that call right there. Matching spell charges remaining. Actually, I think I want to. I'm almost thinking I'm just going to do this here. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do there. So I'm still going to call use rechargeable item. Still going to pass it in, but what I want to do is I want to get the player ID in here. I think we're going to have the same problem of decomposed parameter not being available, not available there. Let's just double check it. That's the one I wanted to hide because it was the only one it was. And then cast action spell is this one's down here as well. Is it available to me? There it is. It's available in this one.
Interesting.
All right, so that's what I want to do. Actually, let me undo that a second. I want to actually what happened? I like jumped visually. I'm using the control dot. It's really weird. It's like the my location. Freelung is now following. Thanks for that. Follow. Cast spell now. That was where I was, right here. Right? I want to copy this. Copy that. Come in here. Decompose parameter. That. And then I want to also pass in this again. Like that is what I want to do. So let's go to the call for this and pass in the shortcut at the end. And let's see what else we've got. Action shortcut at the end. And let's do an overload for this just like we did before. And the overload's just going to take this, and then it's going to do this, right? So now I'm going to go find my cast spell now. This one I don't want to change, but I think there was another one. This one. This is the one I just want to change, so it's simpler. Okay, I want to say equals null on the end here. All right, what's going on with spell and spell one? Okay, I just need to rename this to spell. And then, what happened? Did that jump again just happen? Let's go look at that and let's report it and see what the devs think about this. This is actually a little bit insane. All right, devs, so you're gonna have to roll back about 30 seconds. I just did a refactoring, and second time I saw it, and I don't recall exactly my steps to reproduce, so you have to look at the video. But then I suddenly the screen just jumped to a brand new location. I'm gonna hit escape here. Where am I? Yeah, I just hit escape, and I didn't even see a marker collection. Let's do it again, escape. So it gets me here, but I don't see the carrot anywhere on screen. I'm scrolling up and down. The carrot's nowhere on screen. If I use the arrow keys, yeah, it's not moving the carrot. The carrot's on line 1704. One more time, I'm gonna hit escape. I'm gonna move the carrot up. So notice it gets me to the view, but now I'm gonna move the carrot up, and I'm still on 1704. It's not moving the carrot. So this is this weird kind of movement thing that's going on. Escape again. Take a look at that. Let's report that. Unexpected view shift. So there was an unexpected view shift, and marker collects don't show carrot. Look in the log files. I'm pretty sure the issue is going to be in the log files. Screechrat says lurk. All right, take a look at
It's
that.
almost a kind of a screen lock kind of an issue. You know how sometimes you got the screen lock key pressed?
Yeah.
I can't remember whether it was, sorry, scroll lock. And then, instead of scrolling down, what happens is the screen itself shifts, but your carrot remains in place.
Yeah. I actually think I suspect it's a Visual Studio issue, but I also suspect it's a Visual Studio issue we might be able to work around. Because the code that goes and collects and moves the carrot is pretty straightforward code, right? We're going right into the API and saying, now position us here. Obviously could totally be a bug in our code too, but I'm like, for something that worked so long for such a long time, I don't know, my gut is just telling me I think it's in the API calls. I think there's a problem in the API call, maybe edge case issue.
Okay.
All right, so I've restored those commented out items here. I've done that. We've now got the name, the player ID, the spell, the action shortcut, which can be null. If we've had call use rechargeable item with a null action shortcut, that's okay, because we're still going to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to do this also. Just add some protection code here, like that.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Yeah.
So let's back our way out of this. Cast spell now. And the other piece was here, cast action spell. What's going on here? Player ID. Action shortcut, attacking ability modifier, proficiency bonus. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Spell hit or miss in game. There's the player ID. We can do that. Show spell effects. What are we doing? We're using in here player ID. Wow, windups reserved. We need those too. Yeah, it's really interesting what we're doing. We are. I'm actually like now. Since I'm going into the layers and I'm seeing that it's kind of the things I need to change are kind of branching out into a tree.
Yeah.
And the tree's seemingly more complex. I'm wondering if a better strategy might be to reverse the work I've done. Yeah, I hate it when I say that. And create like a dummy player action shortcut. That's kind of what I'm now thinking, because the nice thing about the player action shortcut being the parameter in these places is it's concise. What I'm, and I've got all these other places where I'm sending in this concise object to do the work we want it to do. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to start undoing my work. I know it's like I'm hitting undo though right now. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing the carrot move.
Before you end up doing that, is there any way maybe just to take a look at the action shortcut class, I should say, and just to sort of maybe see, because it is acting, as you say, as a bit of a god object at the moment. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in there, and I wonder, can it be broken down into sort of 1 or 2 or 3 high level sets of things which might warrant their own objects? That way you wouldn't be passing lots of different things around, just still sort of those 2 or 3 pieces.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I'm sure we can find those, but my rough estimate is that's like a day's worth of work, and I've got like an hour.
Well, yeah,
you know
there
what I
is
mean?
that.
So,
yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm thinking is I'm kind of feeling, let's do this. Instead of hitting undo all the way through this, let's bring up source
version control.
Yeah, let's bring up source tree and see if we can find a faster way to get out of here. We're going to commit this and dice sounds, stage selected. Cool, look at that. It built the README for us. I love that. That's awesome. Okay, good, stage selected. All right, so we're gonna stage that line right there for sure. Activate shortcut, spell shortcut.
This is the piece, by the way, that Visual Studio is missing, at least as far as I can tell. I quite like their new Git UI for all things other than pieces of files being staged.
Yeah.
And I really like this facility on the command line, and I'd love to see a GUI of that for Studio. Maybe I've missed it, maybe it is there, but I am unaware at the moment if it is.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. So repeat spell, we definitely want that. Yes, yes, and yes. This is good. Shortcut first default. This feels like it was something that was deleted. Why is this all green is my question here. Oh, it was here. Select player shortcut. We
Right, so we extracted
got
out
it.
and created.
This is all good. Stage that hunk right there. And then now we get into the stuff that was the older stuff here. Although I do want to say, I do like this bit that I did there. So let's grab those and stage. Can we stage those lines? Stage those lines. Okay. And cast spell now. I didn't mind that, but I think everything else I'm going to discard. That's kind of what my intuition is telling me. I'm going to discard and try to build and see how much trouble I'm in. This one I like. Keep that one there. Activate spell shortcut. Activate spell shortcut. We've got the 2. Yeah, that I'm going to discard. And then I think this is the last one. Is that right? No, there's one down here. We'll discard that. And so we're down to this last one, and this is what I'm going to discard. Okay. All right. Code's like, what'd you just do to me, Mark? All right. Cast a spell soon. Activate spell shortcut. Repeat spell. So we need to get a player action shortcut right now. Let's see what we can do here. I wonder if I've got a dot from spell on this. Haha. Haha.
Well, isn't that just handy?
Yeah, we're going to need to do this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to comment these out, and we're going to run it, and we're going to see what data we've got to work with, and we'll see if we make it work. That's what I'm going to do. Meanwhile, while I start that up, I'm going to enable the Dungeons & Dragons dice overlay and the spell effects overlays and all the other overlays. Those are generating that text up there on the stream. When this app is finally up and loaded and it loads all its data, that text should all go away. I live in Costa Rica, Rory, as you might know, and we found a mechanic that does the most amazing thing. And I think it's mainly since COVID, maybe, I'm not sure. But when we have a problem with the car, he comes to our house. He brings the stuff he needs and he repairs it at our house.
That is service right there.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? All right.
Yeah.
So, Roger, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. All right, so here's the app up and running right here. For folks who are new and haven't seen this before, this just runs through the different characters, allows us to select different sheets.
Surly Dad in the house.
Surly. Trouble. Mister, how are you, fine gentlemen? I'm fine, sir. I'm glad you're here. We got a new fanfare this morning. A good old friend shows up. It's not Screech Rat. Screech Rat didn't get it. You're on my list, though, Screech Rat. I've done a little bit of work for Screech Rats, not a lot. Design Patterns is on my list. Who else is on my list?
Fire something? Someone who funks?
I didn't. Oh, yeah, you're right. Here we go. Firepower. This guy funks. Slave Creations. So right now it's not Design Patterns and it's not Screech Rat. So it's one of these three right here. It's got it. I'm going to give you a subliminal hint here by just like hanging out on this line a little longer. But okay, so we're running now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to control things not from this app, but from the Stream Deck right here. So let me show you the Stream Deck. This is what our Dungeon Master has when we play the game. The game we're talking about is live Dungeons and Dragons with like over-the-top special effects. You can find out about it going over there, and you can give us a follow if you're into that stuff.
Word to the wise, it is a less than work safe channel.
Yes, that's right. So I can just hit the buttons here. Like, for example, if I want to make it Fred's turn, I can hit this button. Fred's piece comes up there. I can hit the weapons, and I can say, let's do the Great Axe attack. Lifts it up. Guys are ready for rolling. I can say, let's give them advantage on the attack. And then I can say, roll the dice. So the Dungeon Master can do all of this. Right? Time broadcast is indicative of the time of content. I think.
Yeah.
Plus 8. That is a hit.
So we've got the voice.
With 13 slashing damage.
So we've got the voiceover. So the type of content. Yeah, it's way after the watershed in the UK. Yeah. So it's sometimes extreme content right there. But different spell effects are here. Like I'll just show you Miles. You can do acid splash. Here comes the spell. You cast it, and you get the spell effect, sound effects, the acid damage on the dice. That's
7 acid damage.
Now, Little Cutie's got a spell called Moonbeam. Right here. I'm going to cast it at level 4. There it is right there. 4 radiant die. The Moonbeam spell says on each of your turn after you cast this spell, you can use... it says use can use. Hold on. Let's go fix that.
Oops.
It's all right.
And here's where some of the magic was revealed, because this system doesn't know all of these facts innately within itself. Not the code, anyway. We're downloading all of this at the moment of startup from some Google Sheets that we're treating as a database in their own right. And all of the rules, all of the statistics, the facts, the spells, the levels, all of this is data within multiple tabs within effectively the same sheet. And it means that the whole thing could, in theory, be repurposed with an entirely different set of rules. But it also means we can fix typos, which, you know, is pretty cool.
Yeah. Really? 21 million results for use can use? Let's add Moonbeam on it. I want to see if the data out there is wrong. Really? Use can use. Yeah, look at that. It's right there. It's use can use. Okay, this is why it's good to have autism, right? Because I spot these things all the time. Pudding's back. No, pudding. Come on. Pudding. Pudding. Oh, yummy. Pudding. Pudding. There you go. Yeah. You get what you deserve. Of course you get what you deserve on this show. All right. So anyway, she's going to cast that spell. Let's go get in there. Hit the cast spell button. There's the Moonbeam. Moonbeam lasts for a minute. I could go into combat.
15 radiant damage.
Or I could just be really quick. The next thing I want to do is I want to come in on my Stream Deck, and I'll show you the buttons here so you get a better picture of them. This is what it looks like here. I want to hit this again button right down here. So I'm going to do that. And we should get our breakpoint. And now we're at our breakpoint. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to just return off of that so we don't hear that sound effect going while we're playing here, or while we're coding. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to say, okay, so cool. This is just the spell name flat out. I wasn't sure what it was going to be. So this is one of the things I like doing is using edit and continue to write code because, you know, it's so much better.
Well, it's that extra layer of information, all right? Normally we code against things, we have the abstract shape of an API. In this case, we have a running application calling it, sending it real data, which just, as I say, adds context to the scenario which you're trying to service.
Yeah. I need the player. I need to pass the player in there. You're the best, Roy. And the spell slot level, there's going to be No spell slot level. Oh. I really need to see if we're repeating it, we need to see if the players still got it, actually, to be honest.
That's true.
And so there's a couple ways we can find it. One is in the concentrated spell. So that's the case here in this scenario. In that case, I've got the spell right there. Let's just step through it. Did I have code that works? This code's not, okay. All right, so let's step through it, get my concentrated spell, and then if the concentrated spell and the concentrated spell dot name. Wait, I'm not recognizing that spell dot name equals substring, which I really should rename, but I can't because I'm in edit and continue right now. I'm not sure what. Okay, to do rename substring. Like that. Okay, so if it's equal to that, then I could do. I'm feeling like this is maybe a little bit of a cheat here, but you know, we might have some problems here. Spell slot level is the other parameter right there. So I can do that, and then I can say there's my player action shortcut, and then I can say activate spell shortcut like that, passing it in. Let's see what happens with those two lines of code. And what I really want to kind of look at is the running app and see what values are set in there. Let's just run it. Okay, break concentration with Moonbeam to cast Moonbeam.
There's an interesting side effect of emergent code.
Yeah. So the answer is no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to actually break it. Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right, Rory. All right, let's bring this down.
Because that's really accurate and correct for most other scenarios. You're going to do two things that both need to be concentrated on. The first or the second is going to wipe out the first, essentially.
Yeah.
Now, if this is a repetition, and that's what we need to figure out, then, well, is that equally correct? I mean, I don't know, is there anything where you need to concentrate, which will produce effect 1, which should we say, innate damage, maybe? And then if you were to repeat it and it still needed concentration, then actually... You know, is it always the case that if you concentrate on a thing after having concentrated on it, that it should just be a continuation?
Yeah, no, I understand the question, and I don't know the answer at this point.
It was not a very well phrased question, so well done.
No, I got it. I'm not sure though what just happened though. I just hit the again button. I was expecting to see that other breakpoint to where it says break concentration, but I didn't see it. Why not? Concentrated spell is now null. Okay. Somehow, I think that got to null in a way we didn't want it to get into.
So we've got a new action shortcut derived from a concentrated spell, but does it think it now points at a spell which is not concentrated? So in the second attempt, you are no longer breaking concentration. So Moonbeam 1 is concentrated, hence when you try to do Moonbeam 2, you are breaking concentration. But for some reason, Moonbeam 2 is not a concentrated spell, therefore the third one is not breaking the second.
Moonbeam is all, when I said no, don't break it, I think we had a bug that said concentrated spell to null. I think that's how we got here.
Okay.
That's what I think. Do I want to request a feature? I feel like we got here. Is there any other place where it's set to null? Dispel? We haven't dispelled it yet. We would have seen the animation. And the clock is not moving because we're in a breakpoint. I think those are the only two. Nope, there's one coming up here. What's this? Game spell dispelled. Well, that's if the spell has been dispelled. I guess we could do that for now. And then we're cycling around. That's my contention. Yeah, cycling around. Okay. Let's continue. I'm going to manually break concentration, see if that's going to work. Nope, that did not work. Are we still connected? It doesn't look like we're connected. Looks like we lost our connection. So, because that happens sometimes if we're in a breakpoint for a long time, signal is like, what? So, let's refresh that front overlay and start it up again. I don't think so. Lassimat, how you doing? Lassimat, I'm adding you to my list. No promises on when I'm going to get this out here, but Lassimat, adding to my list. If you want a fanfare, let me know what you want, what you like, what you know.
What represents you?
Yeah, what represents you, that sort of thing, and I will make you a fanfare. You can give me all kinds of prompts, such as images, things whatever you like, hobbies, even like a music style too for the fanfare music if you want. Let me know. I'll put it on my list. Make the notes here. When I have time, I will do it. I got design patterns on the list. Screech Rat, Firepower. This guy Funks. I'm not sure I want to show somebody choked out in the saddle. Whoa! Whoa! Who's here? There it is right there.
Flame Creations. Did you see that coming?
You did it, Flame Creations. You did it. Not bad. Yeah, fanfare cool. Love tea. So something fun with tea. Last mat. Perfect. Something fun with tea. I'll write that down. I'm sure we'll be able to do it. I think we'll do it. It'll be awesome. Fun with tea. Also, last mat, if you want to... I had a feeling Mr. Nelson guy said something. Yeah. Yep. Yep, there you go. That was your big clue when he said, yo, Flame Creations. So, something fun with tea. And if you have like a particular, like a teapot image or something specifically you want to inspire me with, go ahead and do that. But I've got enough too here as well. I can do something with that. What else? You were making my YouTube intro, Code Rush. Sure, no worries. Isn't that funny? Like, I think at some, one of the ones we haven't seen in a while, but I really like a lot is Codebase Alphas. I'm going to play it right now because we haven't seen it in a while. This is Codebase Alphas. Cool stuff. Codebase Alpha. One of the things I love about Codebase Alpha is it's actually it's a movie version of the still logo, or that he uses, or the still whatever header image he's got. All right, back to code, kids. Let's stay focused here. Stop distracting me, Rory, with all your distracting things.
Did you see the link I had in the chat there? Speaking of distractions.
What is this, a teacup?
Kind of.
Cup of tea.
There you go.
All right, I can do that.
It's a poor joke, I know, but
that's not bad.
In keeping with
I love it.
Our theme of coding, anyway.
I love it. We can do that. I'm going to throw that out there, unless last minute you've got another alternative you want me to do instead. Let me know. Flame Creation says it brightened my day. Cool. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, your intro's really cool. I like it. I scrambled to get that done in the hour before the show. I was like switching back and forth between Adobe Premiere and all the other things I had to do. Cup of tea. That's funny. Okay, last night we might do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that, last Matt, and then I'm going to turn the T in the cup of tea to your T in your name. So we're going to come up there and we'll make that T come up and it'll be there. That's the whole thing. I love it. We're done. We're done. The spec is done.
The spec is good.
Spec is good. So that's
we
cool.
can all go home now, yeah. The spec's done. Everything's good.
Sounds awesome, says last Matt. All right, cool. Yeah, I really like doing this. I like doing this because it's like a hobby for me. And I think in some ways it does a little bit of good. right? You do something positive for somebody else, you know what I mean? Put that out there, and if
Yeah.
they like it, right? And also it honors them when they come in, for folks who hang out here a lot, so kind of fun. But anyway, yeah, I've got about 6 people on the list. We'll see what I can do. I'm gonna try. I mentioned earlier, I think yesterday I mentioned, I'm gonna try and get time this weekend to do a couple of those. By the way, this weekend we're starting a new show on Saturday. So a new show, coding show, but it's for kids. It's going to my son's going to be on it. It's going to be at this channel, so at the Code Rush channel. My son is 10 years old, and he's going to essentially learn how to code. He knows a little bit. He's been exposed a little bit to code, but he doesn't really, you throw a for loop at him, he's not going to know what that is. So that's kind of the level that he's at. We're going to be working in Unity, but we'll also do other projects over time. We're going to do things like, get a hardware dial with Raspberry Pi controller or something like that, lights and stuff, and we'll interact with that. There are all kinds of things we may do, but it's just going to be basically fun project, a lot of code writing, not a lot of refactoring, not a lot of talk about architecture or design. But when the moments come up to say, well, here's a good way of doing it, we'll do that. Pyrotechnics.
Certainly to have, yes, pyrotechnics.
No pyrotechnics. Here's the title for that show, by the way. That was it, kids.
Good.
Not bad. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty good. So it kind of sets the mood for it, gives a sense of what we're going to do. Fun stuff. Same time this show starts. We're going to do that start that on Saturday. So
you're doing that on this channel as well. There's not a third channel.
Right. No, on this channel. That's what we're going to do.
Good stuff. And you're going to record the first one of these, right?
Yeah. It's going to all just be going right up in the Coder set of things.
Unlike a certain other show.
Right. Well, we don't want to record those two. The first one, I don't know. Are you saying that the first one we didn't record because it was so crazy?
Went out and didn't record, apparently.
I forgot to do it. Yeah, you did.
There was a small bug.
That was my bad. My bad. Can we play it again? Really? All right. Fine. One more time. Putting in once to see it one more time.
I'm a fan.
That was it, kids.
It's good. I like that.
Not bad. Yeah, it's kind of fun.
I'm going to take advantage of this slight break to, unfortunately, duck out.
Okay, buddy.
And, however, we'll be back on Tuesday. We are at that point of the week as well. It's gone by really quickly this week. Really quickly.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, Shirley is just pointing out that I should probably, now that I've shown that, I should probably go out and try to get Kids Code out on Twitch before somebody takes it
Good
from
move.
me. Let's see, what do I need to do that? See if I can do that. Okay. Twitch TV. Sign up. Kids Code. Hopefully the delay is going to keep me from. The stream lag is going to get me. I'm going to get this before anybody else does. So we'll see what happens here.
Seems to be a .com available as well, just saying. Might be a bit much. Anyway, before causing any further trouble, I will see you on Tuesday.
All right, buddy.
Duck out. All right. Bye-bye.
We'll see you. Let me put in my invert here. And now here's the trick is I got to get an email that I haven't used already yet. And I think I've got a bunch of these that I've already used. Let's see if that works. Please solve this puzzle so we know you're a real person. Roll the ball. I'm rolling it. Done. Can I move this up? Let's move this up too. Bring this up here. So you can watch me at least roll the ball. There we go. Done. There we go. Good. Is it going to work? Verify your email address. Enter your verification code. Confirm it belongs to you to keep your account secure. Can I do this later? Remind me later. Alright, cool. It looks like I may have done that. Let's go. Alright, cool. That's what I wanted to do anyway. I wanted to make that work. Alright, so that sounds good. Thanks for that, Surly. Do I have a Gmail address? I don't have a specific Gmail address. That code will be in your email, yeah. What's going on? Holy cow! Snuck in again. Blue Ninja. Everybody stand back. Look at the Blue Ninjas here. According to Unity, programmers are not human. I didn't see that one. We've been playing in Unity a little bit just this week, just to kind of get us, kind of up to speed a little bit. All right, let's get back and try and see if we can get this, duplicate what we saw before. So, let me show you what I'm hitting these buttons in here. I'm going to hit the spell button right here, and then I'm going to go into Moonbeam, and then I'm going to cast a level 4. The breakpoint. There's that. We're going to clear
25 radiant damage.
And then we're going to go back into spells again, into Moonbeam, and we're going to cast it again. Oh, I just realized the problem with this. I'm going to hit this button right here for again. I'm going to run it. I'm hoping to hit a breakpoint now. Oh wait, now over here in the UI, we should see, I was hoping to see something that said, hey, it's the same spell. Try again. Just concentrated spell, no. It's Moonbeam. Why is this false? Oh, somebody's got a space on the end of you? There it is. I see what's going on. Okay. It's hard to see. All right, so let's come back. Let's run it. Stay true. All right, here I said no before, and it felt like it killed it. Maybe it was just the time running out. Maybe that's what it was. Okay, having trouble hearing you speaking through the music. Let's fix that. All right, so there we go. And then this is happening at the right time. Okay, so that's good. All right, so let's look at this again. So I'm trying to make this so I can hit this again button here to kind of recast the last one that was cast. So that's what I'm looking at. Let's go back to where we were. Here it is right here. That's my new breakpoint. Let's cast Moonbeam again. We built a code editor for folks who are just joining us, who haven't been with us before. We built a code editor over here in C# and XAML. We're using the actually grabbing the Avalon editor, but we added things like IntelliSense to it, concentration, and some templates as well. I just realized, as well as tooltip hints. So I put the wrong time in here. This has got to be a 0 here for the time to wait before playing the scene, and then this is the time to wait before returning to the foundation scene in seconds. That's what I needed right there. So that's the new change. Now let's cast the other 4. Run it.
Radiant damage.
The volume still needs to go further down on the music. It's like volume down. Look at it. Oh, I like it. That's awesome. And then I'm going to bring that stream deck up again. I'm going to go back into Moonbeam again, and I'm going to choose the again button, simulating a second turn. Now we're down in here. We're grabbing this, and we're going to say activate spell shortcut. Now we're going to get into, though, the question about breaking concentration. And there's a bug there. here, we get into here. If the concentrated spell, we've got the breakpoint here. Let's just run. And now we get in here. So now the name is the same. We're already casting a spell, and it already has time left. What am I going to do here? I think I'm going to run for a second, because if I keep the breakpoint any longer, I'll lose my signal R connection. So I'm going to run, and let's think about this. I'm going to say no, don't break the spell. It's not the same thing as a recast. If I've already got it, then there's no reason. I think if it's a, yeah, there's so much complexity to the D&D rules. I'm trying to come up with a simple way to model this. Let's drop the scroll a second. If it's something that does damage, then we want to do the damage again. I think that's a fair rule. What we're doing here, though, is we're also this. If we're already concentrating on the spell, I think I'm going to come in here and say, let's look at OK to cast spells. Initialize are true up above. It is good. So now what I want to do is I want to change this to be only, I'm going to add this expression right in here. So let's try it again. Little cutie, spell, moonbeam. Throw it out. Then I'm just going to hit again right now. I think I can do that.
17 radiant damage.
Again button. Run here. And I want to change this to say this and the rest of all of these. So then we'll only ask the question to break it if we're not already there. But then we end up saying return player 3 to cast spell. We return false on here. Let me run again in a second. I want to player 3 to cast spell. Is okay to cast spell. Okay. I want to create an enum. That's what I want to do. So player free to cast spell. Spell. I hate this. Can't come up with a better name than this. Right? Spell state. First element is going to be free to cast. Concentrating. And then already casting. Like that. There's my enum. I'm getting a bunch of lines here because I'm just writing the code and I don't have a breakpoint yet. I think I'm going to stop the app because I need to change the return type of these methods. So let's do this. Pass. Yeah. I'm hiding behind the class. Maybe you won't see me. Here he goes. Jetson's in the house. Welcome, Jetson. All right, so here we're going to say already casting. No time remaining. So now we're going to say, yeah, we're good. We're free to cast. And now, okay, cast spell is now we're going to have to rename this as equal to player state dot. concentrating. We're going to change, and then we're going to say free to cast. Like that. And then we're going to say play spell save. That. And then we're going to return it down at the end. So there's part 1 of the refactoring. Part 2 looks like it's just above us. Okay. Hold on. Let's rename this one down here. Get player spell cast state. I'm going to put it here. Rename this. Maybe we'll add one more here to this. Cannot cast. Like this. And then I'm going to return cannot cast here. For whatever reason, our validation has failed. I'll actually just say validation failed. Okay. Now what do we got? Just one place up here. So I think what I want to do here is get this into its own local variable. And if it's equal to already casting, I think there's a special case here. And I think we want to, what's going on? Where are we calling this run? Repeat spell. So I think I want to do this. I want to create a Boolean variable here called force repeat. And I want to set it equal to false by default. Then I want to set it to true. I want to pass the argument true in here. So we're going to force the repeat from there. Then we're going to go into here. So now we're going to say, hey, if we're already casting and not force repeat, then we're going to return out of there, get out of there. I think we're also going to say, hey, if player spell cast state is equal to validation failed, we're going to get out of here too, because that was the other false condition. The other two options are, well, concentrating also. Concentrating, I'm going to say, that means concentrating on another spell is what this means. Let's double check that that's set correctly. Well, that test will never be true. What do I want to do here, actually? This is maybe wrong. this means, no wait, that's right. Already casting. So I've got already casting here. So this should be here. But there's so I think I'm returning straight out of here. I'm going to return that. So I'm going to return that there. I'm putting this out of here. I think I'm going to break this up right here. So there's a split conditional refactoring in CodeRush. You put the caret on the operator you want to split it at, and you choose split conditional like that. And so now we've broken this down into these two lines right here. I'm saying Control-KD doesn't indent that like I want it. Let's just do this. Put that over here on the edge. So if concentrate spill is not null, then we're going to ask, do we want to break concentration? And if we say yes, we're going to sit there. Otherwise, we're going to come back and set here that we're concentrating on a spell. Which means we're not free to cast. And this clears up this check right here, setting free to cast, which means also, is free still local? It is. Okay. So the setting to null, meaning that we can clean that up a little bit here. Setting it to null is only to get out of this code here, but that's the last thing of code we hit before we get to the finally. So, oh, I just lost power. I've got about a minute or two if we don't get power back. I'm gonna have to end the show. I got about a minute. Let's get a raid ready to go here, just in case we don't get power back. Usually it comes on immediately if we're going to get it, and if it doesn't come on immediately, it usually takes a while. All right, we'll send you a bother. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start the raid right now. Sorry about that, kids, but you know, my battery backup only lasts about 3 minutes or something like that. I know, I'm sorry, Pudding. Here we go, kids. Go say hi. Sorry. We'll have to pick this up tomorrow. We'll see you later, kids.
By 3 mirrors. And then Code Rushed, raiding with a party of 28 people. Did you guys get through whatever rushed code you were attempting? I was talking about how I went to Micro Center this morning and they were completely sold out on cards. By the way, I was there only 12 minutes after they opened.